I was out for a birthday party last night, and of course, the question arises, what do you do? All these things, and you start to communicate with people. And I got this overarching idea because there were people in college there that they basically said that they need certainty. They do not feel good when there is a heightened amount of risk with regards to work, starting a business, and all these other things. Because one of them was asking me, "Oh, they're in business school. I want to start a business after. Why wouldn't you go to school to start a business?" And at first, I said, "Well, if I want to get rich and I wanted to learn how to make money, would I learn from somebody who is a teacher who's never made any money before, who never started a business? Or would I prefer, or me personally, I would prefer to learn from somebody who has started a business, maybe mentor myself under them, and then start a business myself and learn by doing instead of by just learning random textbooks of maybe business overarching ideas that worked 20, 30 years ago when these textbooks were invented and are taught to every single person in every single business school every single year for the past 30 years since then." And I was just thinking, you're wasting 4 years of your life thinking or learning how to start a business instead of just starting a business. And it came to this overarching idea of how much risk are you willing to take? And for me, none of what I've done has ever felt risky, but to an outsider, it may. When I was reaching out to dozens of people a week asking if I could work for them for free, and that kept on failing. I got some guy's logo tattooed on my leg, flew out taking my first flight ever from Boston to Arizona to meet him at his birthday party that you could just RSVP to, showed him the tattoo and expressed how much I wanted to work for him continuously over a 6 month period while continuously reaching out to as many people as humanly possible, finding a way to hopefully work for someone for free. Then from there, doing some crazy things that, looking back at it, I will note, they were quite risky. But at the time, I just had a massive amount of confidence in myself, and I still do. Anytime I'm thinking, I can spend every single dollar that I currently earn at a chance to make more money if I can learn a new skill. By that I mean, let's say there's something there's a new business idea that I have that I want to incorporate into my current package. I've been going over this for a few days. I'm going to kind of revamp up the old business model that I had of taking short clips for people, but then posting it on, let's say, 50 different accounts where you hire people to post clips, you hire the editors, you do all these other things. Basically, the Andrew Clip Tate model. The reason for that is you're basically paying for organic ads instead of just paying for ads. Ads, you are guaranteed reach, but everyone knows an ad when they see them. Whereas if you are paying people to post clips and you are making, let's say, 1,000 clips per month, and then you are posting them across 50 different accounts, that is going to have a massive result just because there's so much quantity of this person, and the algorithms can start to have a self positive feedback loop of continuous posting. But the problem is that is very capital intensive. It's a lot less capital intensive over the long run as opposed to paid ads if you can get a very good system and structure down. But that's going to cost you $10,000, $15,000 per month if you want to have a really solid team working on this with somebody. And for me, I'm like, oh, easy, done. I'll spend every single dollar that I have, and hopefully I can make it back next month. Whereas I can understand the rationale where sometimes people would say, that is way too much risk. While yes, this might be a good idea, I don't feel comfortable take upon that amount of risk without some degree of certainty. And I was saying to them, well, maybe running a business isn't for you, because every single decision that you have to make when you are running a business is a huge risk. If it doesn't work, you are going to make a hell of a lot less money. I've had months where I've tried to send out payroll and I've had to ask my mom for a few $100 so I could finish out payroll, just so I can pay all the employees that I have. And then some months it's wildly rewarding. And then you're like, holy smokes, what do I do with all this money? It is this constant game of the more, or it's not the more risks you take, but the more calculated risks that you take. Because the reason why I have no problem dropping every single cent that I have into something is because I have confidence in myself to where I know that I can make it work. And I've thought about it enough. I know that I'll put in the work. And if it does fail, even if it, I'm okay with it because I know that I will learn what to do for the next time. And I understand that, hey, I don't care if I make that much money now, as long as I can develop these skills over a long term to where I can make a lot more money in the future. And I'm fine sacrificing a very exuberant lifestyle now for doing whatever I want in the future by taking huge risks. So I think you have to understand yourself. That doesn't mean you can't get very wealthy without starting a business, because I know people who are the number two or three guy at businesses that are making millions and millions of dollars per year because they've structured their deal very well. Let's take myself as an example. What I'm doing is I'm just going into other businesses that are already started and I help them increase revenues. Anybody can learn these skill sets and then they can structure some sort of much safer deal if they wanted to. Instead of me charging my offer being 20% of the excess profits that I can generate for you, you can just say, hey, let's say if they're making 100 grand per month, you can just say, hey, I want $15,000 per month, and we'll have some sort of performance-based model where if we go over 100% revenue increase, then you bump me up from $15,000 to $30,000 per month. So I mean, I could structure a deal like this, absolutely, but I honestly don't want to. I would prefer to take a larger risk and make nothing, but if it works, be paid egregious amounts of money. That is just the way my brain functions. And so when these people were telling me, yeah, I want certainty, I'm thinking, I don't want any certainty. I want to have enough confidence in my ability to make this happen. And that's what I have because I realized that even if I fail, I'm never upset about that. Sometimes it is an ego herder that, oh, yeah, I had a lot of pride. I told people that I was going to do this and then I failed. That is a very high ego, a self-esteem, but I know myself and I need that because my ego will get very high the more I win. So honestly, I'm okay losing. So I just don't see any downsides for me taking exuberant amounts of risks to the degree where I will spend every single cent that I have and some if I think that it will help me learn something that will make me make more money in the future. And my brain has always been like that. I guess the more confident I have, the more willing I am to take these risks. Because back in the day when me and my buddy were running a business in high school, we didn't take any money out. We didn't take any risks really because we didn't have to. But I would also know I wasn't as confident in the ability. There was a lot of risks. Now I just feel confident in my skill set. And I want to be to the point where if I am not confident in my skill set, then I don't get paid. If I slack off, I don't get paid because I only get paid based upon results. And those people that I were talking to, they thought that was the most absurd thing they've ever heard. Why would you not take the certainty? I don't even want to take money if I don't provide the value. That's the way that I think of it. If I can't help you increase your profits, why the hell would you hire me? You wouldn't. You would be paying me for no results. And that is not the way that I like to operate. If I can increase and benefit what you are doing to a substantial degree, then you are going to pay me a handsome sum. But if you do not see any results, I don't get paid at all. And I've refused pay before because there was months where we did not see results. And one of the people that I was working with said, hey, I see how much work you're putting in this. I'm going to pay you, Josh. I said, dude, I will stop right now if you pay me. I told you this when we started that I will only take money if I can show results. And people say that's stupid. And I can agree with you. I can rationally agree with you that it is stupid. But I'm not going to go into somebody's business and take money if I can't make them money when that's what I'm promising. I'm not promising that I'm going to make them more money, but that is why they are taking me on because they think if they bring me on, then I will be able to increase their revenues. And I'm fine just working all day, every day to make that happen right now. I know that that is going to change someday, but right now I'm willing to take massive amounts of risks for that. I also think that is a unique branding situation that I have with a lot of people that I work with because therefore they know this kid is only going to come in and he's going to show results or he's not going to pay us or we're not going to pay him. And therefore, I have a lot more opportunities. So there's a multitude of factors why I do this. One, it really does get my name out there. That now a lot of people are interested in working with me just because of that. And I don't necessarily need the work right now, but someday in the future, maybe I will set something up where I will need the work. Therefore, it is only good to have a good reputation in what you are doing. That is part of the reason why I'm doing it. The other part, just from a morals standpoint, I don't want to go and work for somebody if I don't actually generate them any profit. So these people I was talking to last night, you go back to it and you think, there are ways you can start businesses with more certainty. Well, I don't know if there'll ever be certainty if you want to. That was the word that they were using, certainty. I don't know if you can start a business with 100% certainty because there are no certainties. There are high probabilities if you believe in yourself to a very high degree and you actually have developed the skill sets to make whatever product or service deliverable as to what you are promising. But I don't know if business is for them. I don't know if starting a business is for them. It is way more stressful than just having a high paying job. It's way more stressful. Instead of working 40 hours per week, you're working 100 hours per week. And sometimes you don't make any money. In fact, you're asking your mom to help you cover payroll for the week. So uh, it's just, you got to know what you're signing up for. Doesn't mean it's not rewarding, though. I find more mental stimulation doing this than anything else. It is fascinating to think through these concepts and get excited about some sort of new opportunity that arises and thinking through pretty much everything. But anywho, I've got to go. I got to stop saying that when I end it. It's so cringy, but I got to go. Bye.